Star Wars Legacy Issue 8, Fall of the Alliance, Rise of the Sith. After the death of Emperor Palpatine, the defeated Imperial forces pulled back to the planet Bastion and called a truce with the New Republic. For decades, peace flourished until the invasion of the extragalactic aliens called the Yuzong Vong killed trillions and devastated worlds. A galactic alliance of remaining systems, Jedi, and Imperial remnant finally defeated the invaders. But as the Yuzong Vong were defeated, a new breed of Sith arose numbering more than 2 and led by Darth Krayt. The newly emerged Sith joined with the reforged Empire. Together, they manufactured an incident that sundered the Galactic Alliance and began a brutal war. The new Empire is poised to regain control of the galaxy, yet the intentions of its Sith allies remain shrouded in deception. The planet Bastion, throne world of the Empire at the close of the Imperial War, just days before the massacre at Ossus. In the holomap room, Moff Nina Calixi watches a battle above a distant planet, Kamas, as it decides the fate of the Galactic Alliance with whom the Empire is at war with. Are you pleased with the war? Emperor fell. With due respect, Your Majesty, this is the Empire's war, not mine. Oh, don't be so modest, Nina. It was well played. Consider a century ago, the Yuzong Vong invaded the galaxy and destroyed the ecosystem of many worlds before we. And the Galactic Alliance defeated them, forcing them into exile. The Jedi, however, believed that aliens could be habilitated to our galaxy and used the Vongs as terraformers, shapers, to help reclaim some of the devastated worlds, a noble experiment. But their efforts were sabotaged as Veed and many of the other High Moffs screamed it was an act of war. The Empire issued an ultimatum with the Galactic Alliance, with the Jedi urging to reject it. So now we are at war. The Yuzong Vong were framed just as the Jedi claimed. The Sith, who just happened to show up a year into the war as our allies, were the ones who did it. And you and Grand Admiral Veed helped plan it. Veed was too prepared to manipulate the High Council and to force my hand to not have known about it beforehand. Which means, of course, that you were at the center of all of it. The Sith contracted you first, didn't they? Yes, of course they did. But instead of bringing them to me, you brought them to your lover, Veed. And then the Sith waited until the war actually began before emerging, offering an alliance which you had already manipulated the others into accepting. You betrayed me, Calixti. I am your emperor. Your first allegiance should have been to me. My first loyalty is to the Empire. Nonsense. Your first loyalty is and has probably always been to yourself. And yours isn't. Your real concern is that someone might replace you on the throne, Your Majesty. I am the Empire, and what you have spoken is treason. The Sith, they cannot be trusted. When you've completed your usefulness, they will kill you. I said what many of the Moff High Council think, and I should have very powerful allies. The Sith will need and will continue to need the Empire for all its military muscle. They'll need the Galactic Alliance bureaucracy to run the galaxy, and they'll always need me. The only question is, will they need you? You have given me enough reason to execute you on the spot. Give me a reason why I shouldn't. Striking down an unarmed person in anger, isn't that what the Sith do? And you abhor the Sith, Your Majesty. Attention all ships. This is Grand Admiral Morlish Veed of the Imperial Navy. To prevent further losses on all sides, I have accepted the surrender of the fleet commander of the Galactic Alliance. All of the ships stand down and await further instruction.
For all practical purposes, the war is over, sire. Coruscant can no longer be militarily defended, and the Galactic Alliance must surrender now.
The Jedi will not, certainly not to an empire in league with the Sith.
They will have no choice.
You do not understand the Jedi, Calixte. Once the Empire destroyed the Jedi Order, I will not permit it to do so again. The Jedi will withdraw from the Temple on Coruscant to the Academy on Ossus. It is my explicit order that they be allowed to do so. The Star Destroyer Imperius, flagship of Grand Admiral and the new High Moff Morlish Veed, in orbit over Coruscant 3 hours after the fall of Ossus. The attack on Ossus was a mistake, Lady Melody. We should have waited until they've all gone there. Casualty reports suggest that more than half of them must still be out there in the galaxy.
I disagree, Veed. Gathered together, they would have been more difficult to defeat. They are scattered, without leadership, without a base. We will hunt them. They will find no refuge. The real problem at the moment, Lady Melody, is going to be the Emperor. The mission on Ossus was supposed to be a diplomatic one to convince the Jedi to join the Empire. Fel gave direct orders that the Jedi were not to be attacked. Fel won't stand for open rebellion. He's called a meeting with the High Moff Council, none of whom were consulated before the attack on Ossus. I can't see that ending well, can you? I believe we are in agreement. Rohan Fel would eventually need to be replaced. His support for the war has been tepid at best. He has kept his Imperial Knights from participating, and has never embraced we as Sith allies. My master, Darth Krayt, believes it's time for another to sit on the throne. Wouldn't you agree, friend?
Absolutely, my lady.
My master will attend this meeting. It will be best if no one else, including the High Moffs, knew beforehand, feign surprise when we arrive. I will tell my master we are agreed. Things must be prepared. My fellow Sith need a position to be ready.
Yes. At last, Nina, the throne is going to be mine. Ours, just as we planned.
You should have discussed the Sith attack on Ossus with me beforehand.
There wasn't time. The Sith showed up with instructions from Krayt. I had to make Yage think it was my idea, or I look like an idiot.
I am your partner, Morlish. I do not hear about things after the fact.
You are my partner, Nina. And a formidable one at that. I'm lucky you never wanted the throne yourself.
Too exposed. I've always felt the real power is behind the throne. You know that. It's the Sith that bother me.
It's a little late for that, darling.
Morlish, did Melody actually say that they were going to put you on the throne in place of Fel?
Who else is there? None of the other Moffs are qualified. Besides, Melody must know that me and you would never accept someone else on the throne, someone that we dispose of. The fact is, darling, the Sith need us.
Thus far.
This is our moment of triumph, Nina. Don't let it scare you. To us.
To us.
The private chambers of Emperor Rohan Fel.
It's a risky move you planned this meeting, cousin.
Less than you might think, Morgan. The hardliners like Moff Geist might chafe under the victory without war program, and they may hold no sympathy for the Jedi, but they will not tolerate outright disobedience to a direct order. After all, it violates their sense of tradition. We cannot divest ourselves from the Sith yet, but we can be rid of Veed. If he makes any suspicious moves, kill him. And watch Moff Calixte very closely.
I feel somewhat unwelcome. Wait, what?
I didn't kill you last time, Calixte. That may have been a mistake on my part.
Killing me now would be an even greater one. She may have learned of our plans, my lord. You mean your plans to arrest Morlish Veed? I knew those before I came. I also know that the Sith are planning to kill you, Emperor. Don't trust her, Master. She's lying to save her life.
I don't trust her, but she could have protected her life by not coming at all. Calixte, explain yourself.
Thank you. The Sith, they plan to attend your Moth Council meeting and assassinate you, Your Majesty. I don't know how many of them are coming, but your only hope is to escape.
Forgive my suspicions, but why would you want to save me? I assume Veed will be named Emperor in my place. The last thing you would want is for the true Emperor to be loose in the galaxy. It might split the Empire, unless...
I believe they're going to put Darth Krayt on the throne.
Veed and you would become a liability then. But as long as I'm loose and allegiances are split, Krayt will need you and Veed both.
Your survival is in both of our best interests, and that is enough to make us allies.
They'll expect me and a contingent of Imperial Knights to appear at the council. Commander, I will lead them in your double. I always wanted to test myself against the Sith. They'll have lost the element of surprise, and we'll fight our way free and join you. Good. That would be good. Just do not underestimate them, cousin.
There's a ship waiting on sub-level 12. Just take the maintenance tunnel from the Senate chamber. You know that if the Sith suspect your complicity, you'll die. If this fails, then I'm dead anyway, and I've had some success in shielding my thoughts from users. You, for example. Farewell, Your Imperial Majesty. Have a safe voyage.
All of the Galactic Alliance governmental offices will remain in place until we transition to the Empire. Their ruling triumvirate agreed to remain, as well as under our command, of course. Finally, Ossus has fallen. The Jedi Order have been broken. What few Jedi that remain are scattered throughout the galaxy. Your Imperial Majesty and my fellow Moffs, the war is over and the galaxy is ours once again. Who dares? Darth Krayt.
Your Highness, what about Princess Maricia?
She's en route from Bastion. We'll contact her after we're away. The Empire owes you too much. Our victory would not be possible without you. What is your reward? Name it. Your life.
Imperial Knights, save the Emperor!
Halt. This is a restricted area. Identify yourselves.
Morgan, the others.
I felt it too. We will honor their sacrifices and escape. And what you ask is the meaning of this. Rohan Fel never really embraced the war or the idea of a unified galaxy. He went along with it as a political necessity. That's not what the Empire, no, what the galaxy needs. The galaxy rives with chaos and disorder. It requires a man of vision. I am a man of vision. Therefore, I am the new Emperor. Later, in the temporary living quarters of Moff Nina Calixte.
Rohan Fel escaped. The one who died was a double. My master is not pleased, and I sense your hand in this, Nina Calixte. You underestimated Fel. You need my help. No. Fel is free. Then you need the Moffs unified. For that, you need Veed. For that, you need me. Morlish is feeling betrayed by you at the moment. He's had such dreams, you see. I can convince him that it's in his best interest to wait for now and obey. I wonder, if I dissected your mind, will I learn the truth about you? Would that serve your best interests? Are we not both better off as allies? No, you will serve, however. You will still manage all Imperial security and espionage activities, but you will now report to me. Your first assignment is to find Rohan Fel. Your plots, your betrayals, your desire for control. Had you forceability, you might have made a good Sith under Darth Sidious. Under Darth Krayt, however, we are a different breed. So, you believe Lady Maladi, and that will be the knife that kills you.
To be continued.